Yeah, yeah, that is something I've been something fun, something new. It's lightweight, it's different. This is cool. This is the Surveyor 203 Rear Kitchen Legend series, which is like the little brother, but like it's got all the right stuff in all the right places. And what's kind of blown me away, you'll notice when we get inside, it's a towable motorhome. If you've looked at the RV industry over the years, you've probably seen motorhomes like this, where it's like a rear kitchen with a bathroom off the corner, but like instead of the cab of a motorhome, it's a Murphy bed, and better than that, it's a 60 by 80 Murphy bed that just has all kinds of storage all the way around this thing. Frankly, I'm shocked at how much storage this has without feeling claustrophobic and bulky by just running the kitchen down like the entire campsite of the camper. They've given this thing incredible prep space, awesome storage capacity. This is a MC Hammer, too legit to quit couples camping situation right here. I like this thing. I like when I get to see something fun and different. It's an Asdel Ultralite. We have a heated belly. I mean, there's all kinds of cool stuff going on here. Let me know what you think of this thing. Obviously, I think it's cool.
I don't know where to really begin on this one. But I mean, we gotta start somewhere, right? So let's kind of just start over here. Let's take a look at the fact that this is a Murphy bed model. And what that is doing for us is, because like over here, it's a dinette slide. But even though it's only a dinette slide, during the day, since the bed goes away, it gives us the space and the function of a super slide without the length, weight, and cost of a super slide. That is, I mean, under 5,000 pounds with this thing. I think it's under 4,900 pound dry. By the time you load it up with cargo, a little heavier, obviously. Now, the taller ceiling in this is maybe not as obvious just here on video, but when I stand in the shower, I notice it. Notice these are not using, Surveyor's not using the disco blue lights, even though it might actually fit their color palette a little bit better. They are listening. That is something that I gripe and cry about all the time. I'm not just the world's biggest fan of the Labatt blue lights, you know. There's maximized windows through here. Not every window opens for airflow, though. The side slide windows are opening for air. That big panoramic window does not. Wildwood does something very similar in a lot of models. Dinette over here has a cool little easy lift storage situation we'll see going on. They got a little bit of a simulated live edge on here. I kind of feel like that'd be a little bit easier on the forearms. Like, I got bony arms, and where my arm bones meet up with the skin, a sharp edge, I don't know, man, that would just kind of, I feel like that would grind on me after a little bit. But up front here, you know, this is where I was saying, like, if you look at this RV, like, almost like a small little mini motorhome, a Class C, this, instead of the cab and the chassis with a bed overhead, they just made it your front Murphy bed situation. Sorry, I'm just laughing. I'm tall, and I want to focus on a bed that's down here. It's really hard to get all that in frame at the same time, and I do all this alone. So, you know, I hope you appreciate the extra effort. Anyway, what I wanted to show you is how the whole Murphy bed situation works. First of all, just to kind of put a size to things, I think it's a very comfortable kind of two-person dinette. And when we get back up, something I want to kind of have you focus on is look at these side stands. One of the things I really like about them is they have little cup holders built in right over here. Now, the one thing I want to tell you is these are not really hard to pop out. So if I was a kid camping in this, I would be inclined to like drop stuff in there. Thankfully, you can always just probably get it out down here one way or another. Neither here nor there. What I wanted to show you though is how this Murphy bed works. So like any Murphy bed, it starts here with just a jackknife sofa. Then there's just a single little one-hand spring latch right here, and it just gravity drops down. Now you may have noticed that is a folding bendy bed where the mattress is kind of doing one of these things right here. It's not like a gas strutted one-piece up-down bed. Now that means that there's more storage options all the way around it and under it in the pass-through, so kind of keep that in mind. One of the other things that's really cool here is this is a 60 by 80 True Queen. If I wasn't wearing wet boots right now and if it wasn't really cold and freezing, I would probably climb up here and show you that. One of the other things about this is because that's an easy spring latch, that's all there is to take care of the bed. You flip that back up, and folks, you're done. Now, something that kind of surprised me about this setup, because I've seen other Surveyors with Murphy beds, that have privacy curtains for the front bed. This one does not. It wouldn't be terribly hard to add one. That's more of what I meant to say right there. Probably because this is really only intended as a couple's model. Like in their bunk models, I tend to see them add those curtains. So that's probably the designator right there, the differentiator, as it were. Once again, this TV right here can be pivoted around. So, you know, if you got the kiddos stationed at the dinette, eating their Cheerios in the morning or whatever, you can flip Paw Patrol or whatever on for them. Any other parents, when you have a little kid and they're choosing what to watch on TV, when they go to bed or they leave the room, you ever just still sit there and look at yourself and go, dude, why am I still watching Paw Patrol? And why am I excited that there's a new episode coming out next Thursday at 7 p.m. 6 Mountain Time or Central or whatever. You get the idea. But look at this. Look at the kitchen on this beast. It's an Energizer Bunny kitchen. It just keeps going. It's huge-mongous. And we're going to get back here. We're going to get all of this opened up. Actually, you know what? Why don't we start with that right now? It's... What the... Oh, gosh! Out of the corner of my eye, I just saw the map, and it almost looked like a chicken. I was like, wait a minute. What? Adventure is out there with a picture of a chicken, and then I realized it was, North America. You know what's funny is I was actually really good at geography when I was a kid in school, but that is definitely something that I have lost. What I was saying is I think this is going to look a little bit messy because there's a ton of storage here. Now, this does something back here that there's a Rockwood fifth wheel that I know, or a Flagstaff fifth wheel as it were, that has the same kind of like deep cavernous situation going on. And in case you're curious, there is a household outlet way back there under that overhead cabinet. What would you put back in that corner? Like, it's big enough like griddles or coffee pots or Keurigs or something like that kind of hopped in my head. But like, what would you guys, what would you put back there? Now, the upper rear corner cabinet space, a little bit tricky to get to, but at least it's there. At least it's not wasted, as it were. And as we back up here a little bit, the taller ceiling, man, really allows for some bigger cabinet space. And this floor plan has just absolutely exploited that fact and really maximized these things. Something a little bit different here I've seen Surveyor doing. They have a farm sink, but they have asymmetrical sink covers. And it's really capturing my attention here, and I don't know why. Maybe I'm just stuck on something because it's new and it's different looking, but either way, there you go. And I mean, all the way up here through the entertainment, and then we get back to the Murphy bed. And this is where I was saying this style of Murphy bed allows for maximized storage inside and out. For instance, not just all the drawer space that you're seeing, but still having some storage overhead. Now, that's a cargo net space as compared to, like, doors. I kind of generally prefer doors over a cargo net, but I like the fact that they didn't waste it, and they still did something with it. And this is what I was talking about with the dinette. They came up with a little bit different way, almost like a bed lift, if you will. And obviously not in this camper with a Murphy bed, but a normal north-south, like, private bedroom in a bunkhouse or a couple's camper. That's kind of how, isn't that sort of the same thing, Am I wrong? So a couple other little things here before we jump in the bathroom and see her in road mode. The Surveyor Legend series does not have centralized air. Now, these tend to be smaller, lighter campers with smaller cubic foot of interior space. It does mean that bathroom might be a little bit more of a hot spot. Now, that's basically the same size air conditioner that you would get in a centralized system. It's just not centralized. So basically, the air is going to dump here into the living room and then bleed into the other areas of the RV. Considering the whole camper is basically a living room, it works for the most part. That is going to be a thing that might really be a hang-up for some folks. Now, neat little, I missed this in the kitchen, handy little kind of knife rack built in behind the stove, but also just a little utensil cup organizer. Nothing fancy, but it works. It works well. I really, actually, I'm blown away by how much the simple little plastic cup in the stovetop thing is just really making me go like, oh, that's really cool. That's really smart. In the bathroom, Like I said, we've got excellent headspace in here. Big rectangular shower as well. Actually, it's a little bit of a shub. Not quite a shower, not quite a tub. It's a little more of a shower than a tub, though, admittedly. And it was a little bit tight on my elbows here in the bathroom. At my size, I could make it work. I could see some bigger folks maybe having a little bit of a challenge there. And what is it with the recent trend of having open storage shelves in the bathroom of a camper as opposed to, like doors? Like, you wouldn't do that in the kitchen, but it seems like a lot of manufacturers have started doing that in the bathroom. Is that something people like? Is it like a residential trend? Because I don't know. I don't know that I'm on board with that.
But look at this. In road mode with the slide closed, you lose almost nothing. Well, except for one important thing.
So here's what I mean. With the way this works out, again, with that almost like mini Class C motorhome, or frankly, I've seen this layout in like some Bs before. That motorhome inspired floor plan, it's designed so that it has to be functional when you're going down the road. Now, again, the idea in this one being just that you're swapping out the cab of a motorized RV for the bed of a towable RV. That's really all we're doing here. And as we take a trip down the football field worth of prep space that we have over here, I mean, getting to the fridge, getting to the bathroom, this stuff, it's a no-brainer. But I mentioned that we're missing one good thing in transit. Oh! I was wrong! This is awesome! Guys, you actually don't lose something in transit. I didn't realize. I was assuming, and I am so glad I checked, I didn't think you could get the bed down in transit. You totally can! You totally can! That is so hard to find. Oh, that's a deal maker right there. Am I wrong?
Outside here, let's start at the bottom of things and work our way up. We have ourselves the heated and enclosed underbelly, which is pretty common fare nowadays, especially on laminated RVs. There's not a whole lot of those that don't have that. Now, this isn't some Magic Four Seasons camper. This would be a good extended season, spring, summer, fall kind of rig right here. The slide is slide awning prepped, so if that's something you're looking for, that's something that we can do for you. Power tongue jack on the front, doing the heavy lifting for us. And one of the cool things, very similar to what Salem and Wildwood do with that little drill bit adapter that you can NASCAR pit crew your corner jacks up and down. Just understand, folks, if you roll into your campsite late at night, a little courtesy kind of consideration conversation here. If you use like an impact drill to put your jacks down, which is a great way to do it, those things are loud and they are noisy. Maybe finish setting up in the morning or something like that, just put the jacks down by hand or something if it's late at night. But hey, you do you. I'm not here, I can't tell you what to do. If you want to use your impact drill, you end up waking me up, so be it. That's just the way life goes, right? Handy little pet-friendly thing right here. You got a drunken uncle leash latch on the front, because if I have one too many drinks, which is one more than one, because I am an ultralite when it comes to any sort of consumption, I don't go wandering off there. Handy battery disconnect on the front too. That is a highly underrated, underappreciated feature. If you've ever had a camper with or without one, like, you know exactly what I mean. Now, this RV has heavy use of aluminum framework to help keep the weight on the RV down. It is an Asdel ultralight. The two sidewalls, the layer directly below the fiberglass skin, is Asdel, so it's a half and half wall, by the way. Not a double Asdel like a Rockwood or a Freedom Express or maybe something else, but just to kind of give you some ideas there. And again, they're doing the right things in the right places where they really matter. Like they've got the magnet holdback on that baggage door. You might notice how it's got a protected hinge. So like right now, we're in a thaw weather situation, but when we get back to freezing, if that was an exposed hinge, water could get in there, it could freeze, it expands, and it screws up the hinge a little bit. Don't got to worry about that. Good look at that wide front storage compartment. Now, the water heater's on the other side, so it is a full true pass-through. It's just not the same size door on both sides. That would be my preference, but I can live. It's like there's little accommodations you make all the time, I know that my wife certainly makes accommodations when she wakes up
every day next to me and goes, here we go again. God love her for it. I will never do better. Anti-slam entry door over here so the wind doesn't flip that thing. I would prefer to have a window. That's always been my preference, at least a frosty glass window, better than nothing. But, okay, you know, it's not here, neither here nor there. If you really, really, really wanted to, it would probably be, I don't think you'd find the juice worth the squeeze. I think it'd be a little too spendy. Theoretically, could we source a different entry door that has a window in that for you? Yes, we certainly could. We're a large organization. We have those kind of resources available. I think by the time you find the cost of getting that door and then getting it put in a crate and shipped somewhere to have that done, I don't think you're gonna like it. And this is interesting because there, you know, there's that corner countertop space in the back where you can't really get to it because the refrigerator's in the way. So they made sure that that space wasn't wasted and they opened it up out here. And this is like this presto changeo expando kind of camp kitchen situation here. You got the little refrigerator right there for the bottled water and the barley pop, maybe the Hug juice barrels. And it's not a full-on sink. It is basically just a little wash basin, as it were. But notice how there's a wing out countertop over here, and that is actually where you're going to set your griddle with the gas grill quick connect being down below. One of the things that I really like that they did here though, and it's better than some other brands that I've seen, a lot of brands will put the griddle directly in front of the refrigerator. Well, if you're cooking, you don't exactly want to reach over a screaming hot griddle hot plate and burn yourself. Having the cooker off to the side with the fridge, you know, being more accessible since it's always behind the sink. That, I think, was actually a really, really good decision right there. Now, you've no doubt spotted the ladder on the back here. This does have a fully walkable roof, even if you're a little bit chubbier like me, although I'm day 3 on the better, healthier living plan, and I've stuck to it for 3 whole days. Well, I've lost weight before. I know how to do it. You just gotta put it in your mind that that's what you want to happen. You got to change your lifestyle. It can't be a temporary thing. Anyway, sorry. I didn't mean to be like your LinkedIn life coach over here. Black tank flush, satellite and cable TV hookup, water hookup, sewer hookup all back here. So like all of the electrical and water stuff kind of all centrally located all in one spot. Then if I back up here, once again, you see it is not the biggest, largest, most intimidating size. I like this thing.
So, I mean, was I right? A towable motorhome? I know it sounds weird, but I've seen a couple of them. I kind of like the idea. It sort of makes me wonder, why hasn't somebody looked at other small Class C motorhomes and just said, could we just make that a travel trailer? It seems to work. It seems to work pretty well. Maybe not across the board, but it certainly worked right here, at least for me. What do you guys think about it, though? Lightweight, half-ton towable, easy travel and access, lots of storage. This thing's a winner, right? Like, this is a serious winner. I like this. I like this a lot. And I've not seen a lot of other things really like this before. This is smart design right here. Well done, Surveyor. Absolutely, hats off to you. Except now it's cold, but I need 2 hands to put that back on. So I'm gonna let you go. If you'd like to see where we have one of these for you and what they're running, make sure you check that link in the video description, and make sure you hit subscribe to catch us on the next one. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and hats off, everyone.